Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel, Smith's Custom Baits. Rick Smith here. I actually did this segment already without the camera rolling. Didn't realize it. So here we go again. Last week, if you remember, I made some jig heads, poured them, painted them, 3 different colors. And it was the double dipping stuff we did. And I also talked about how I was going to do this as the Jig and Pig series. And we're going to make jigs today. We would make a jig today, or maybe more than one. I think we're just going to do one. But I had ideas for all 3 colors. So I'm going to go ahead and do all 3 colors. It'll just be the second color next week, the third color the week after that. And then we'll do the soft plastic trailer bit. All right? So let me show you what we got here. All right, this is what we're going to do today. I was going to show you the next 2 weeks also, but then I thought, now let's give them something to look forward to, a reason to tune in. What I'm going to do today is, in the past, all of my jigs that I've tied these skirt pads on, I would have done like this, or I have done like this. And I was thinking about doing this one like that too, until I saw them laying like this, and I thought, well, why not? Won't that give it a little more inconsistency? Does everything have to be completely consistent as far as how everything lines up and whatnot? Or can we do like this and provide more, I don't really want to say detail, but it's more, all the colors and the lines are more broken up, it'll seem like, I think. But that's what we're going to find out, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, I've changed the camera angle a little bit today, so hopefully you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And I switched out my thread to a thread that's a little bit thicker than the one I was using the other day. I was breaking it. Get myself a good thread base here. I can probably go ahead and snip this tag end. Okay. This should be a pretty quick deal today. There we go. All right. Now, you know, most jigs that you see, the pads are tied on like that, and everything looks nice and symmetrical. But what if it's not symmetrical? Can we do that? Can we make it not symmetrical? Okay, I've also started trying to measure and see exactly where the halfway point is. All right, and on these, I believe it's right here. Let's see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'd be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's right here on that line is the halfway point. So I actually want to go, and let me. Okay, we're going to tie it just ahead of the halfway part. Or, well, wait a minute, just behind, I believe. Let's do this. We'll make sure it stands over or lays over. Yep, see, we need to come down just a little bit further. Okay. That's probably going to be pretty darn close when it's all said and done, but I want it to be a little bit better than just pretty darn close. So there we go. I want it to be right about half, and then I should be close, hopefully. Let me put another wrap, all right? Let it hang down a little bit, and I'm going to make sure. Okay, see this side over here, we're not halfway down the side of the jig head. So I'm just going to push it, massage it a little bit. Let's see how we're doing here, okay? Now with my first couple as I tighten the wrap, my first couple times I'm going to hold the skirts in place, this pad, because as you tighten it, the pads will tend to move in the direction that you're tying. Okay, so there now I'm as tight as I'm going to get on that, and I'll bet that we can look. It's about halfway down right here. And well, we scooted down just a little bit here. Let's see if I can't fix that. There we go. It was just a little bit, even though I held it in place, we still had a little bit of that issue, okay? But let's go ahead and turn it upside down here. And guess what I forgot today? The hair clips. You guys should like start polls or something on what I'm going to forget next week. Okay. Okay, so now this time, since we're doing this pad the opposite direction, we need to be a little bit into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to be a little bit into the green instead of the other way around. Okay, let's go ahead and touch it, or start it like that. And that looks pretty good. That's gonna be, some of the colors are gonna kind of match up anyways. How about that? Okay, a little bit tighter. And now let's make sure that we're covering, we have good coverage all the way around with the pads on the, okay, we don't want it bunched up in one spot and not covering another. So we try to keep it as even as possible. Okay. And you know what? I think that's looking, it's like that. That's looking pretty good. So we'll hold it in place again for the first couple wraps. Double check. I think that's good. Let me, just to make it easier, we're gonna hold all this stuff up in here with a hair clip. Okay. Oh, and this thread is so much better than that other spool I had the other day. Let's go ahead and whip finish. Lost it there for a second. Should be 5, 6, and one more maybe. Oops, lost it again. There you go. There we go, nice and tight, nice and snug there. And I should have grabbed my other scissors too. I prefer the other ones, the longer ones with the longer jaws. I ran over my microphone cord again. All right, I prefer the ones with the longer jaws like this, simply because I can make that cut all the way across in one shot. Okay, those all came apart. I'm going to snip this one. Let's see how this turned out. I'm hoping that it looks a little less symmetrical than something you might buy in the store. Because if I'm just going to make stuff that looks exactly like the stuff I could buy in the store, then why make it? You know, I want something different. The bass need to, the fish in general need to see something different. Anything different makes it different, you know. Yeah, it makes the whole experience for them different. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, wait. I need to do one more thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put the glue on right up here. And I started putting the jar right underneath because a couple times I've had glue drip off of that thing, and that's just another mess I have to clean up then. Okay, there we are. Okay, now I am going to trim the skirts a little bit because that skirt is awful long considering the hook end's right there. So or you know what? I'm gonna leave it just like that for now, and then when I take it out fishing, I have scissors in my tackle box. I can trim it as I deem fit out there based on what the conditions are. If the water's still super clear over there at Quincy, I'm going to want to trim it down a little bit so it has a little less bulk. But if the algae bloom has started already, then I want to leave it. I want to leave it bulkier, and heck, I might even want to put a rattle on there. I think I finally figured out how to measure the skirts to get the length of the various strands here close to the same length, but not quite. I hope you can see that just fine. Okay. We can also see that the pardon me, the symmetry in the colors, the different stripes in the colors, isn't perfect, and that's exactly what I'm looking for as well. Okay. So I think this experiment turned out pretty darn good. I'll cut those. I'll probably cut this down a little bit, but we'll wait and see what the water clarity's like when I take it out fishing. I'm still hoping that someday we'll be able to make this like this and then go out fishing with it and show you guys whether or not I'm having any luck with it. You know, are we doing any good with it? Maybe not. We'll see. But this one here is it's a candy yellow powder paint with 2 Baby Bass skirts. So that should work just about anywhere if you're fishing for bass. It should work. Bass will eat their own after they get to a certain size. Once the male stops defending the fry and the nest and then the fry later, then they're fair game for anybody to eat, including bass. So that should be a color that works just about anywhere. Anywhere where I go fishing for bass, that should work. But we'll see. Best laid plans of Mike's and men and all that, right? So that's it for today. Hopefully the video's not too terribly long. I'm actually getting fairly quick at tying the jigs, and I'm a whole lot better at the whip finish, although today it's slipped off my fingers twice. That's the first time that's happened, so I have to watch for that from now on. But if you liked what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share with everybody. Right now, sharing the videos are probably the best way you can help the channel. And there's also the PayPal link that'll be down below. If you want to support the channel monetarily to help buy supplies, that's what that money would go for. So until next time, folks, tight lines, calm waters, and God bless.